What's going on YouTube? Achilles here, and today we're going to be playing Orzhov Viper for standard format. I'm revisiting this deck because I am trying out a bunch of new cards, and the one highlight of the new cards is Braids. Braids really gets the job done. Must be good friends with the Rottenmouth Viper because they have a lot of good synergy together, but let's get right into this list. We got 4 Novice Inspector, 4 Nurturing Pixie, 4 Hopeless Nightmare, 2 Bandit's Talent, 3 The Witch's Vanity, 4 Tithing Blade, 4 of everyone's favorite Braids. We got 2 Legion to Ashes, 1 Zoraline, 2 Beza, 2 Hostile Investigator, and Rottenmouth Viper. And for the lands, we got 3 Plains, 3 Swamp, 4 Cave of Koilos, 4 Concealed Courtyard, 3 Restless Fortress, 3 Shadowy Backstreet, 2 Fabled Passage, and 2 Fountainport. Let's get into these games and see how this deck does. So with my personal experience with Braids, as I used to love before standard format rotated and everything, I used to love playing like a Rakdos artifact Braids kind of aggro deck with like the Oni Cult Anvil, you know, a bunch of blood tokens, all that good stuff. So I love Braids, but what I'm trying to get at is whenever I can drop Braids on the field, it always gets destroyed. Just all the time with my luck, so let's see if we're going to have a change this time around. So anyway, into these games. Excuse me. So we are going for the Hopeless Nightmare. Our opponent's playing Selesnya Rabbits. That's what I have to guess at this point. And yes, they are. No biggie. So the question is, do I get rid of the Might Caller or the Quest Caller? And that's not a bird. Yeah, it doesn't buff itself. This thing is, I'm going to have to get rid of that because that's going to be the thing that gets stronger. So get rid of the Might Caller. Might Caller, Quest Caller. What's next? What I really love about next turn, I can. Oh well, now I. Okay, I see you, opponent. Something you're dying over here. Okay, so check it out. Even though I really don't want to get the Paw Patch Recruit effects off and whatnot, I'm still going to have to do this to get rid of them. Which kind of stinks, but this gives them a buff, so I'm going to get rid of this. So at least I can trade with one of them at this point, unless they somehow increase the attack. Braids is going to be my next turn play, but that's a lot of rabbits, okay. Our opponent is doing some convoking. Okay, I get it. I have a lot of lands, I understand. Something better than lands, I'll tell you that much. Oh my goodness. All in? Really? What are you doing? Our opponent's making us decide what to get rid of. So I really want to Braids again next turn because I am obviously desperate to... ooh, actually... I could get rid of 3 tokens with this. Legion to Ash. I'm getting rid of a couple creatures, but is that the right... No, I have to... I'm gonna have to get rid of the Knight Iron of Eos, honestly. Because... yeah, you could attack me, but I have the food now. I can heal, and I got Braids. Right, so... I honestly... I need the food. I need that life. I am not going to... It might sound dumb, but I think that this is what it come down to. See? Well, at least they're gonna... They have to attack with everyone, right? Yeah. Okay, so they attack with everyone. This is where... It's for all the money. They get me down to 6. Alright. Okay, what are we doing? So I gain life with this. Then I wouldn't be able to go for my food. So I'm gonna do this so I can use it with Braids. Because I want to use my food still. And I'm gonna scry too. I just gotta try to get what I need, and that might work. Ooh, what a card to draw. So if I take this, that's not... Oh, so I lose either way. 6, yeah. Either way I lose if I block the highest creature. RIP. Selesnya Rabbits. You know, I don't mind losing to them. It's better than losing to Rakdos aggro with a Callous Sellsword flung at you. So, you know, could be worse. Actually, like I said in a previous video, I never get paired up or matched up to that deck. It's so far and few in between. Okay. Legion to Ash, I could have done the tokens, but then they would have had the Knight Iron of Eos to worry about, and then I wouldn't have a board to, and he just could have attacked me a bunch. So I think I played that correctly. It was just, you know, it's rabbit season. So iconic, Braids and Rottenmouth Viper together. We just separated their love with the Tithing Blade. But unfortunately, I must do it like this because that's just how I am. Gotta put it from lowest to highest, just out of habit, I guess. I'm like trying to justify what I'm trying to say, like, you know what, why do I do that? It's like, sometimes you just have it all mixed up. Okay. There's no point of using anything. I'm just gonna pass. Alright, we get cooking now a little bit. So we go for Novice Inspector, get our investigation going, clue token. And next turn I will Rottenmouth Viper. But if I had to guess, they have some form of removal. I wonder what they're playing. Maybe they're playing oh, what am I saying? They're playing 5-color Domain. really thinking, like, what are they playing? Okay. Another Braids. So I feel like I go for Viper and it's gonna die, but... Or do I just go for Braids? If they can't get rid of this Viper, then I feel like this is more value for me. They obviously have something, but I'd rather just go for the Viper. Yep. And that is great, actually. That goes for Braids. So that will actually complement what I'm trying to do. I guess Rottenmouth Viper has some competition with a new best friend for Braids. Not bad. So, oh, they got Beza on the field. Alright, so it's not going to be a Rottenmouth Viper. Not going to be a Braids turn yet. Although I could go for Braids and just take 4 damage. But then he could bring out something else, but I could do that. I do want to draw more cards. And let's get them with less cards. I could take 4 damage. Beza doesn't have any extra effects going on for me to deal with. It's just a beater. So I'm going to get rid of Hopeless Nightmare so I can get that scry going. No. Definitely an Atraxa deck. Alright, so we're gonna make him get rid of one of them. And I am also going to go for the Braids. You know, Zoraline's pretty cool because you could do this effect to pay the mana the 2 life, and you could return like literally anything from your graveyard with the finality counter. Oh, that's temporary lockdown. That's great. Alright. It just ruined my whole rant. Let me just do stuff real quick. So I could get... Ooh, that's actually really good. So I'm going to get rid of that so we can get back to Tithing Blade. And now we're going to make him get rid of that. And now I'm going to do this to get back to Tithing Blade. And I know our opponent doesn't want to lose a land, but I am going to sacrifice a land. I know, I mean, they could, but that might put them, yep, they don't want to. They want to get to 7. They want to bring out good old Atraxa. It's Sunfall. Yeah, let's do this. Let's cause some problems. So I get to return it. I'm gonna do this first on them. I could go for Braids, but I'm gonna wait for when I attack so I at least have something to sacrifice when I go for Braids. Because obviously the Witch's Vanity ain't cutting it. Nope. Did I say I was going for Braids? I mean, I think I was going for Braids. We're making some progress, though, because I am going to Tithing Blade again. Hostile Investigator, make our opponent discard a card. And I'll get a clue token. Okay. So first I want to see what I could get. Yes, this is perfect actually. So now we're going to Bandit's Talent our opponent. And that's it. Hopefully that was a Traxa that they were pretty much waiting to bring out. That went pretty good. Now I'm thinking, gotta remake my old Rakdos kind of style deck, and then with the Viper. But you know what I'd probably do if I'd go for that? I'd probably do Rakdos, you know, Viper, but with that 2-drop the artifact card that came out in Outlaws, like the that other set that came out with it, that standard legal. It's the Legion thing that does 2 damage. It makes 3 threes by getting rid of an artifact for 2 mana or something like that. I would probably do that and just play, like, you know, artifact engine, and then you go Viper on top of that. I don't know. I gotta see what's in rotation still, because all those things, you know, they lost the blood tokens, you know, no more Blood Tithe Harvester, or the Volderin one, whatever it was called, the 1-drop that brought out the blood token. So, I mean, there's new stuff, but I would have to see what I do between those 2 colors. But anyway, you go first. We're doing stuff, and they got some kind of a Traxa Demir shell going on. If I had to guess, they're just going to try to cheat it out early with something. Let's try to spoil their fun. The Witch's Vanity hits the board. I think this card has so much utility on it. Especially, let's say you go for a turn 1 creature, like the one that brings out the clue token, or something, because then you could get a food, you get a Wicked Roll, and if you're trying to bring out a Viper, this card against the right deck is pretty good, in my opinion. Okay, so they're looking to cast something that could reanimate. They don't have it yet, thankfully. Next turn we're going for Braids, but now we're going to Bandit Sound them. Make them discard again. Okay, we gotta pray they don't mill their win con of a card. Nope. Uh-oh, here we go again. Get that there. So, okay, we don't have anything yet. So this is where we drop Braids on the board. Getting rid of Hopeless Nightmare. Really? Well, I guess they weren't going to get any value with it. We don't need lands. We kind of just need other things. So if we draw a land, it's oh well at this point, but let's see. Okay, so I want to get some damage in, so we're going to Tithing Blade, and I'm going to bounce it back with the Pixie to get a little buff on the Pixie as well. And Braids is going to swing. Now I get rid of my food token, which they don't have, and I will draw a card. I would get rid of a land and try to play it risky with them, but that would be crazy. I know 3 is probably their magic number to do their thing. Alright, so check it out. We're gonna do a Hopeless Nightmare. Make them discard. Gonna swing for 5. Gonna get the second one of this kicking just cuz. And then we're just gonna play a Novice Inspector. And now we're gonna Braids the Hopeless Nightmare. I think we're gonna need this for whatever they try to do to us. Although we do have Tithing Blade, but in case they go wide somehow. And that's it. Very nice. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, Braids is always showing up, and it just feels right when you play it, because there's always something to sacrifice, And you could be, you know, insane like me and sacrifice a land against a domain deck where they're not going to do that to guarantee you to draw. So, it's pretty good. But thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you have not yet. It really helped me out. And like the video, all that good stuff. And yeah, have a good night. Take care.